Hello, welcome to Off Grid Thoughts channel. This video, I'm going to kind of provide an update to some repairs that I made on my ninth generation Honda Civic LX sedan with a 1.8 liter engine, USA version. Um, this is This is kind of an update on the water pump replacement that I never really did a video about, but I mentioned in other videos over a year ago that I had done various repairs, and if you want to look at my videos regarding those repairs, they're on the channel here. Um, so what I've got here is a water pump pulley. It's brand new. It's an OEM original Honda water pump pulley. So kind of an update on the water pump. It's been over a year, and it started to develop minor issues. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the water pump off again and replace it. Um, I didn't put a an OEM water pump on it. I just put kind of a medium brand, not really anything too expensive or too cheap or too inexpensive. Um, but what I did notice about that repair when I did it was um, the water pump pulley that's on it. It had lost all of its coating, and it also had some like very minor uh, blemishes, like I don't know, like a little bit of minor surface irregularity. It was only a couple, few little spots around the pulley, but so what I did at the time was I took a fine drum sander from a rotary tool, and I just kind of smoothed out the little imperfections, and kind of looked at it and I said, "Oh, that should be adequate." But the more I got to thinking about it after I repaired the vehicle, I thought this is kind of thinner wall steel here, uh, and I probably should have just put a new water pump pulley on it at the time because of heat distortion. Even if it's really insignificant or incredibly minor distortion, any amount of out of spec, you know, that's going to affect how the system, spins, and it's also going to it could create more stress on the water pump bearing. And in other words, if it's out around just even 5%, 3%, whatever the case may be, uh, then that's going to be an issue. And now that I notice premature shaft, wear on that water pump, when I removed the belt and checked it, I thought, yeah, I should have replaced that water pump pulley. So, because now I'm going to have to, change the water pump again, but I probably could leave the water pump on there for a while longer, but I'm choosing not to. But that's kind of what this video is about, um, was just to kind of point out the fact that this is thinner wall steel. And if you live in an area where you have a lot of heat like I do, I live in the desert, and the heat here is horrendous on vehicles. And so I really think this is a part that should be replaced. If you've had your vehicle a few years and you've got a number of miles on it. But you know, this for me, this is kind of getting to know this vehicle that I've owned for, you know, about 6 years now. It was a certified used vehicle when I bought it, low miles. I got a really good price on it. And overall, I'm still glad that I bought it. I think it was, you know, it's a lot of value for what I paid for it. But I think this is a critical thing. Uh, and it probably is the best thing to, due to the water pump shaft being kind of on the smaller side. I think it's good to either get the OEM water pump or a really good brand. I mean, not necessarily do I really think a person has to do that, but I wouldn't get like a $20 or $30 water pump. I would get something, you know, that costs more than that. But either a medium quality water pump or a premium water pump. But um, I think this is really a very important component. Um, so that's pretty much, you know, going to conclude this video. Um, anyways, take care out there. Um, until the next video, God bless, and you know, just take care. See you next time.